We're happy to have with us Rashid Nasir from Naveena, and I'd like Rashid to say hello to the audience and explain a little bit about himself and about the company, and take it away.
Hi, Andrew. Thank you so much for the introduction, and hello, everybody. I hope everybody's safe and staying home and observing the social distances. I'm doing good. Andrew, how about yourself, sir?
I'm excellent. I'm still in Houston, Texas. I've been here since March. And I'm planning to try to go back to New York. I want to go back to New York around the 25th of June.
25th
and
June,
try
okay.
to go back to my old life.
Okay, that's what everybody wants to do. We have been traveling, especially me with my crazy travel schedules. You know, every other week we were somewhere around the globe, and now we have been locked down for the last 3 months. So I don't even know what the aircraft seats feel like. It's only a dream now. But yes, we all want to go back to our regular schedules and the routines.
Tell us about yourself and your background with denim.
Yes, Andrew, before I talk about myself, I really want to say a few things about you and Kingpin Show. The way you have organized this Kingpin Show virtually and the role you have played, though you have given us an opportunity to be united again. You have created an excellent platform for the denim fraternity, yet although we are so far apart, but yet we are all together. We feel much more closer now. Very honestly, if I tell you, I have made more friends now sitting at home than I used to have before coming to the shows. So you have given us a great, great platform and a reason to look up to. So, you know, kudos to that.
Thank you. Well, this is the longest we've spoken, so this is really nice for us. We get to talk. We got to talk before this interview, and
okay.
It's only because of COVID.
Exactly. So coming back to Naveena, I would like to share a small a slide with you, if that's okay with you.
Please.
Okay. About Naveena, Millovation is a word that we have coined, and we would like to be known as a mill of innovation. And that exactly is what Naveena is known for. Bringing newness to the market. Our concept of development is all conceptual developments. We just don't make fabrics and try to showcase and push those lines through. The whole concept and the ideology behind the development is the concepts that we think of, the challenges, the current problems the designers are struggling with. And therefore we go back, we do a session of brainstorming, and a concept takes good 8 to 12 months before we actually launch it to the, bring it to the shows. So having said this, the conceptual development, once that is been launched at the exhibitions, the buyers, designers, they understand, the real work starts after that. What we do is we do a customized development, and that's what we are known for. For instance, a customer says he likes a particular concept of softness or performance or a functional fabric, and that now is our job to be able to provide them the fabric in any kind of color or any kind of compositions. So that's what we are known for. We are a problem solution provider. We are doing tailor-made developments for our customers. So that's what
it's nice. And what do you think is the strength of the company?
The real strength I feel is our people, the real resource, the Einsteins that we have, the leadership being very focused, understanding the business. We are trying to keep up with the pace. And you must have noticed that, you know, I'm sure you know more than anybody else how the denim world has changed. There's been so much newness in denim. So that's the strength to be able to provide the solutions and come up with meaningful developments. And now it is more required with all this pandemic scenario and post-pandemic. We need to be producing fabrics which are more functional, more performance-based. So that's our responsibility now.
All right. Can you tell me about your new development called Natural Soft? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, Natural Soft is a very important development that we have just recently completed. The idea behind the natural softness was to bring back the softness of cotton back into the fabric.
You have a slide you're going to share with us, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you. The idea behind this, we all know how soft the cotton is by nature. And we wanted to see that how we can bring back this softness into the fabric. While doing this study, we always used to visit the vintage garment stores, and we would see that, back then, most of the garments are rigid fabrics, yet you would see the softness. And while we were studying the processes, we realized that back then maybe it was mostly OEOE fabrics, and then maybe the process was less complicated the way it is. Every other month we see new chemicals coming in. So therefore, the engineers started working on it and to understand how we can make the softness and bring it back to the fabrics. So it all started from the yarn stage. The way we have spin our yarn, we have worked on the spinning geometry to make sure that the softness of the yarn stays while you compare it with the conventional way of spinning. So when you work on the spinning of the yarn, that stays permanently on the fabric all the way down to bleach washes.
Is the spinning part of your factory or outside spinning?
Yes, that's why we are able to do so many developments. These days, if a denim mill is not having their own spinning, it becomes very challenging because that's where everything starts.
So
All
you
the
have
developments of
your own
composite
spinning.
plates. So, and that's one of the biggest strengths that we have. Spinning has been a big support for all our new innovation and development. So, uh, after spinning, we saw that the process of weaving, dyeing, and finishing is so stressful for the cotton fibers. The way it's been pushed and pulled, and the tensions right from ball warping all the way to the finishing, and all the chemicals applied, and what you get at the end, you see chemical residuals left on the fabric. So after studying all this, we realized that how we can uh, maybe work a little bit on the chemicals. So the idea basically was to minimize the process tension and use some green chemicals, and with advanced chemistry, use some water soluble chemicals. What happens with the water soluble chemicals? The water residuals that the chemical residuals that is left uh, 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 on the fabric is the reason for harshness. That's what we have studied. So coming back to the fabric process, another important thing we noticed that, ozone finishing on the fabric, we have a Genologia G2 machine, which actually cleans the surface of the fabric with the, whatever is the unfixed dyes stuff left on the fabric, that is also clean. So basically it was uh, work started right from spinning all the way to fabric. So that's what we have done to bring back the natural softness of cotton back to the fabric.
Do you have is there another slide that you want to share?
Yes, basically the benefits, what do we actually get at the end? Of course, it's all about softness and how the fabric reacts at the laundry stage. That is important. So we did a comparative studies of the same fabric finished the conventional way and the same fabric finished with our natural soft process. We see enhanced softness, and this is all cotton or cotton lycras we're talking about. No added chemical processes, no mechanical processes. So it's only cotton we're talking about, either 100% cottons or cotton lycras. We saw that the fabric has got the velvet touch. It's got a good hand on it. It is a quick wash off at laundry. The important thing about the softness on the fabric, washed fabric, is that if I were to share a garment which is rinse washed, and the same fabric washed all the way to the bleach, which fabric or which garment wash do you think is going to be more softer?
For me?
And yeah.
You're asking me a question? You're asking me to give you an answer?
Yes, just, yeah,
Well,
yes, of course.
I think the most
If
obvious should be that a bleach should be softer than a rinse.
Of course, of course. So in our case, if a fabric is finished through the natural soft process, we observe that the rinse wash itself has a special soft hand on the garment. So you don't have to really beat it all the way down to bleach wash. So that is important. And then we saw that the fabrics were more light sensitive fabrics. The laser worked very well on these kind of fabrics. The whiteness, the clarity of laser, the contrast was excellent. So it makes our fabrics more laser friendly. And then of course the good absorbency makes the process itself more sustainable. And that was again
Can you
supported
explain
by
that?
the IM.
Can you explain absorbency and sustainability, why they connect?
Okay, this is how it is. Uh, the way you at the laundry stage, the process is reduced. You do not have to uh, bleach it down, extra wash, use desizing chemicals because of the ozone finishes. The desizing reduces at the laundry. Basically, the time required, the process time reduces, water reduces, and we have done an EIM score test on this, which is the environmental impact test, which itself proves that the fabric finished in the conventional way versus the fabric finished through the natural soft process, the how green it becomes in terms of reducing the process time at the laundry.
Okay, thank you for
Yeah.
the explanation. That's it for the natural soft. Is there anything else you want to tell us about natural soft?
All I can say is that, I would highly recommend that, if somebody is really looking for natural soft, all cottons, so
All right.
do ask for some hangers to feel that softness and experience it, because,
You,
no matter how much I talk about it, I wouldn't be doing justice to it.
no, I understand. But you have
Yeah.
other conceptual concepts that you want to share with us.
Yes, sir. Like I mentioned earlier, that it's the conceptual developments that we do. And once that is matures in our facilities, then we take it out and launch it, and then we express it. Again, today you walk into any exhibition, right from the first booth all the way to the last booth, everybody's got the same, more or less same fabrics with different names and different terminologies.
Yeah.
So we did not wanted to get into this rat race. On the contrary, we wanted to come up with conceptual developments. For instance, we realized that, black color is a problem for most designers. The moment it starts washing down towards a gray tone, you see an ugly brownsiness or the redder tone on the fabric. And that is something that everybody wanted to avoid. So we came up with the exclusive black. We worked with the sulfur dye supplier in Europe. Uh, we worked on the recipes, and finally we ended up getting a fabric which washes down towards the bluer tone, and it has been received very well. So that is one of the concepts. And then hemp, last year we launched our first hemp collection.
I know you did. I know you did. You're very proud of it.
And we are now doing 100% hemp, and we were supposed to showcase this in Amsterdam, but but we did share it at the KP24. So
Mhm.
that is something we're really, really excited about, and I've been talking about it. I've got so many mails after our last presentation, and just about everybody asking for hangers on 100% hemp. And now that was just the first trial, and we did that on the ecru fabric, because we were not sure how the wet spun yarn would react on the rope tying.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, and we were planning to do that. Everything is now ready because we had to take a break for 3 months. Now the plan is to showcase the 100% indigo dyed uh, hemp denims, and hopefully, by the time next Kingpins comes in Amsterdam, so we should be able to showcase those. So that is another concept of hemp, 100% hemp. So we are extremely proud of that. Last but not the least, it's the brushback fabrics. And because this was the autumn winter 21 show, and we thought of coming up with the brushback fabrics, and these are not knitted denims, but these are basically in this collection we have used 3 different kind of fibers, with miyabi being one of them. And now again, miyabi is a very special fiber produced in Japan by Mitsubishi, and they have a control, and not every denim mill has the access to this fiber, which keeps you warm as wool, and at the same time it's very, very soft. So this is one fiber that we used, and the other one was True Touch by Unify. It's basically a recycled polyester, but it feels like cotton. And then there was a Thermolite all season. So these are the fibers that we have used in this brushback concept. So all these details will be available on the website. We have we have uploaded that on your website. So please, I would request everyone to go through it and understand and let us know if there is anything is there of your interest.
Rashid, I really appreciate you sharing all this information with our audience. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Andrew. Thank you for taking your time.